So that was more drama than we bargained for. Now the Remenham Challenge, Women's International Eights. Princeton University on the Berkshire side, underway on the left as we look, orange and black colours, and then Molesey Boat Club nearest the island on the right of your screen in their familiar black. And this time with coxes, we've got no problems in terms of steering.
Not yet.
Booms, no. But that's a good, strong start, isn't it, by Princeton? That is very impressive.
Princeton, being the Ivy League champions, have had a full race season with at least 7 or 8 races. I would expect Princeton to be very quick off the mark and try and get to your early lead, whereas Molesey, there's nothing like the intensity of the U.S. college racing season, where you don't have a training plan. You're racing every single week for 2 months. Most European coaches would think you're mad on their 3-week training programs.
But it's paid off. Look at that. I mean, in the first minute, Princeton have just accelerated, and they're still accelerating, still at a higher rate. Clear water, a length and a half already, and this seemingly is only going to increase.
And Princeton is very familiar with this water. They won the Henley Women's Regatta by 3/4 of a length just 2 weeks ago over the hometown favorites, Leander. The U.S. crew has probably 4 U.S. internationals. They have a gold medalist, the stroke. Relock stroked the under-23 8 to a gold medal last year. And the 6th and 7th seed have both raced for the junior squad, one winning a silver medal in the Coxless 4. And the 7th seed Calfes was in the quad as a junior at the World Championships.
This has been decided, hasn't it? With the best will in the world.
Yes.
Molesey have a lot of work to do. I mean, that was another really impressive performance, a great start. That said, I do know that it hasn't been the most straightforward preparation for the Molesey crew. A lot of them have been working, fitting in their academic and other activities around normal life, as you might say, fitting this in. I know one of the crew had to go to Ireland, I think, for a graduation, so this has not been the smoothest preparation. But even so, I think even if they'd been on the top of their game, they would realise that this was going to be probably an unequal contest, and Princeton have proved it.
But you saw earlier in the week, Molesey has always been the home of champions. And they've begun to put a lot of emphasis on junior rowing and women's rowing. And I think we'll see Molesey women next year be that much faster. They have an Aussie coach. We all know Australia does fairly well in several sports. They'll be back.
I think they'll hope, the crew, that they can be back too. But this, just what are they doing that's so good then? What has worked so effectively? Yes, we saw the stroke rate, but the way they made this boat move.
The easiest way to watch a smooth boat is to watch the amount of white water at the catch. And you'll see, I mean, look at 3 seat here. There's almost no splashing at all. She puts it in like a surgical cut and instantly reverses direction for a smooth operation. And that efficiently moves the boat down the course.
So if we're able to home in later on Molesey, let's just compare that. Because we've had the power, the strength. They've got the advantage. That's not to say that Molesey aren't doing a very good job too, but they just haven't been able to find the power. We're still with Princeton.
Princeton's still looking good, but you know, you always look good when you're winning a race. And you can be the most efficient crew in 2nd place, and you just never look as good. But this, the current coach at Princeton, Linda Dauphiny, this is her 27th year. So she knows the program. It's not her first trip to Henley. She has a very disciplined program. Princeton's always been in the top 3 schools in the Ivy League, and certainly on the East Coast. An interesting fact is the coach's husband is the starter and owner and runner of Row 2K, the largest rowing website in the world. It's a rowing family, so to speak.
But it's a credit to her as well that she maintains the enthusiasm, the energy, the drive. Obviously the results help, but it's still, there's something which burns, which produces such a crew and such results. Because I mean, they are the fastest women collegiate crew in America, aren't they?
No, the fastest from the Ivy League. They came in 6th in the national championships. But to be in all fairness, you could have thrown a blanket over 2nd to 6th. Ohio State won convincingly. Everyone else was within a second and a half.
That's a quality field. I mean, that is very, very close race. That
Yes.
is extraordinary.
The 5 seat in the Princeton crew is a Victorian. So there's very few American crews with just Americans. The 3 seat is a novice, Napa, for Princeton. You can see her head weaving out. This is her first year or 2 of rowing. Fantastic.
To achieve so much in such a short space of time, that's a credit to
Yes.
great talent, but also to have been nurtured like this and have coached to such a high standard already.
Absolutely. That's a lot of work.
Just looking at the draw for the remainder of the weekend, the Remenham Challenge, there'll be very few who can come close to this. Are there really? Do you think?
It'll be very tough. The Princeton Training Center is the American women's that didn't make the Olympics. They'll be very fast, almost as fast as the current U.S. gold medalist.
Great response from the crowd, because they've seen something quite special here. Another really strong performance, and who knows, they could be seeing them at least on Saturday and possibly on Sunday. And the way the draw has gone, they could well be seeing Princeton Training Center against Princeton University, because they are on opposite sides of the draw.
But a fine performance by Molesey.
No disgrace, because they are up against one of the best crews, certainly in this event, but also in American rowing. So fair play. You sometimes have to tip your hat.
Absolutely.